One of the things that I find a lot of entrepreneurs struggling with is understanding the key differences between product design and service design. So I want to take you back to when I first got a computer as a child. My family got our computer, took it home, unboxed it, plugged it in, and in that box, there was a whole set of disks and manuals and everything else that you might need to install the Windows operating system and all the other programs that the computer came with. Now, when we bought that computer, we owned the software that we put on that computer. Now, we didn't own it in the sense that we could then reproduce it and give it to other people or anything like that, but we owned the license for that computer, and we owned it more or less in perpetuity. And what that means is we kind of owned it forever. And so at that stage in technology development, software, the Windows operating software was a product. It was a physical, tangible thing. It was a set of disks and an activation code and manuals that went with it. But fast forward a few years and we find that a lot of software companies are no longer selling products, they're selling services. So I want you to think about something like Netflix. Netflix is a service that we subscribe to. Services are a lot different than products because they're not tangible things that we can hold. They're intangible, so it's often things that we pay a monthly fee to have access to. And so that becomes the key difference between products on one hand and services on the other. Products are something you can hold, something tangible, something physical. Services are the coordination and combination of different people and activities that are intended to support or provide some sort of functionality or provide some sort of help for someone doing something. So let's take kind of a silly example. Say I manufacture lawnmowers. I can sell that lawnmower to someone and they have a product. It's something that they own. It's something they'll have for as long as they want to use it. But I can also sell them a service. So I could sell them a monthly fee for me to come in and do maintenance and do service on that lawnmower. So we have the lawnmower as the product, but then we have the support and maintenance of that product as a service. Now, a lot of software companies are moving fully into a service model. So you don't find as many companies now that are selling software as a product. Let's take a different example. Let's take mobile applications. So anything you would install on your phone. It could be a product or it could be a service. It depends on the user's experience. So if the user is responsible for installing and maintaining the app and everything else that might go with it, then it's a product. But if it's the company that maintains and manages the app for the user, then it could be considered a service. Now, before you start imagining that there's some kind of clear and hard-cut difference between these two, I want you to understand that this is a huge gray area. The lines between products and services are blurry. So you may have something that is both a product and a service or some strange combination between the two, and that's okay. And there's even some schools of thought that just call everything products, whether it's a service or not. So when you're coming up with an idea for an innovation or you're coming up with an idea for a new business, it's useful to think about what you've created in different ways. What does it look like if you sell it as a product? What would it look like if you sold it as a service? And how would it look if you sold it as both a product and a service? I hope this helps, and if you have any questions about products or services, I hope you throw them in the comments.